All right, so on the first maneuver on the CDL exam, Dallas, is going to be the forward pull-up. There's a 3-foot box up here, and you have to slowly roll in one fluid motion and learn to stop your front bumper in this box. If you stop short and pull up into it, it won't count. It has to be one motion. So roll as slowly as you like, and stop when you get your bumper in that box.
Okay.
And we'll just practice judging it. And it's worth a lot of points, so we want to make sure we get that down. You can peek out the window a little bit, depending on the examiner you have, if they'll allow that or not. But if you take your butt out of the seat and hang out exaggerated, he's going to charge you with a get out. So you don't want to do that.
Let's say it's raining with a chance that hail and the windows are up. We don't have the option.
Okay, give it a shot.
Okay.
Jump on in there. What do you mean, robots?
They have a robot that does filming now.
Oh, really?
You know, kind of like a camera stand like that, where the robot was taking an action
Mm-hmm.
shot of someone from scene.
And if the camera work is all jacked up, blame Sherry in the comments.
SAD, surviving all decisions. Go watch my video.
That's actually how I found out what book was up. I was watching YouTube, and I started following like 4 different people.
Well, if you want, go ahead and put it in neutral, set the brakes, and get out and look at it. A little off. It's a little hard to judge at first.
Yeah.
So go ahead and jump back in, and I'll help you get it centered in there nice, and then you can see what it looks like. Now your brakes, release both your brakes, make sure both your buttons are in. That's good. Put it in neutral, set your brakes. All right, take a look out the window at what that looks like. Yeah. All right, so the next maneuver, step 2, is going to be a straight line back. But you're not going to start here. It starts outside the box and goes all the way back through the box. So you're going to pull forward till you hear my whistle, and then put it in reverse and back up, straight line back till your front bumper is past that last set of cones where you started. All right. And now on your test, on this part, you would be told to neutral, brakes, and honk your city horn one time to let the examiner know you're done with the maneuver. At the end of each one, you're going to do that to let them know you're done. So go ahead and pull forward to hear my whistle. He's going to be watching for the back bumper to pass this cone, so he's completely out of the box. Now you're just free to put it in reverse and back up. That was a good recovery. Yeah, recovered that nice. Let's walk up here so we can give him instructions for the next one. All right, shut it off. Let me give you instructions for the next part. Come on out here. Okay, the third exercise for your exam is going to be the forward pull-out. I think they call it a forward offset track, or off track, whatever. But you're going to pull out and become parallel with this box. So there's white lines here. You're gonna come out, you're gonna turn to the left, right? So the first obstacle, or the first thing you're gonna make sure you wanna do is you gotta watch that very rear trailer tire. When you're backing up and going forward, you gotta pay attention where that tire's at, because everything rotates around that with the trailer, right? So you gotta make sure that tire gets at least up to this cone before you turn left, or else you'll run it over. So make sure you're watching that, go straight long enough to watch that in your mirror, that tire approach there, then you're gonna turn out left. Come on up this way. Now, then you're gonna switch focus. You're gonna travel at an angle this way, and you gotta get to where you can see down the other side of your trailer. So you're gonna be a little offset when you do it this way, then you gotta get straight so that you can see down the passenger side of your vehicle. And then what's gonna become important is the passenger side rear tire of that trailer. And you've gotta make sure it gets to this line, and then when it does, you know, your trailer's gonna be facing that way. So you're gonna learn, it's kind of tricky for people at first that have never driven a trailer, but you gotta learn to control that trailer going forward and pay attention to where it's pointing. So you're dragging it this way and it's aimed this way. So when that tire gets to this line, you have to pull the nose of the trailer that way and drag this trailer this way, and your tire has to pass within, come over here. Your rear trailer tire on the passenger side has to pass within this hash mark and this cone. It can't be out wide of this. It's got to at least cross over. Part of your tread has to cross over this side of that line, or it won't count. Well, one of your tires, the back rear right of the trailer. And then when you do that, you don't want to keep going this way, because you want the trailer parallel with this line on the ground. So you're going to watch that passenger side mirror, make sure that tire gets to the line, then drag it through here, but you want to go straight that way. You don't want to, and you want to watch that mirror on the right side to make sure your side of your trailer is parallel with that line. Because if you're slightly aimed this way, you're kind of gaining an advantage on the next part, and that won't be allowed. That'll make you reset up. All right, so go ahead and try that one. Sherry. That was great right there, perfect. Come down the line over here, right in line, so they can see right down this line here. It's parallel with this line. Side of his trailer, his tire went right through there. That's a perfect setup. That was good. All right, that was great. So you're gonna set your brakes, put it in neutral, set your brakes, and beep your city horn one time. And now he's going to give you instructions for the next part. So let's come on out here. Let's walk back here. So now we're going to back up. We're going to back where we came from and put our back bumper in that 3-foot box in the rear. So you want to make sure that you're straight line back at least until that rear tire on this side gets to this cone or a little bit past it, so we don't run it over. And then we want to do, and I'll show you how to do it, we're going to point our trailer, we're going to gently offset it so it's pointed at this opening over here. We just want to get it pointed at this opening here. And then we're going to get the tractor back straight, we're going to back up and put our tire where we need it, we're going to rotate our trailer and point it this way and get our tractor back in line, and I'll show you how to do that. And we're going to get our bumper in that back box. The back bumper in that back box now. So now that rearmost yellow line is a wall now. So that's going to be an encroachment if you hit that, if you go too deep. Where we went past it before, now it's become a wall. And when we get in here and we do a pull-up, we can't go past this front line. That's kind of a wall. That'll be an encroachment.
Okay.
All right?
And then when I hit the wall down there...
We don't want to hit it, but we want to stop short.
When I stop short of the wall, then I beep the horn?
We'll talk about that. We're going to get out and check first. We're going to do a get out and look.
Distance is nice here?
Yeah, but you want to straight line back at least until that tire gets at least a little bit past this cone here on that side. All right, come up into the front where it's safe in front of them. And film down that side over there if you want. All right, let it offset gently until you're pointing at that opening. You're going to use that bottom right mirror over there. It's now the only mirror that's going to be of any value to you right now. And we don't want to overdo it. I'd say that's plenty right there. I'd stop right there. So now we need to get our tractor and trailer back straight, so we stop rotating the trailer so we can see down this side. So I recommend you turn it maximum towards the mirror with the side of the trailer in it. So that mirror has side of the trailer in it. This mirror has bulkhead in it. You can see that. All right, good. Now straight, make sure your wheel is straight. Now from this point, make sure that's straight. You just start jackknifing right away. Later on, we're going to blend this together, but for now, we're just going to do one step at a time. So from this position, there's 3 steps that you need to really get it in there. If you ignore one of these 3 steps, you're going to struggle a little bit. So it's the same with, I taught you in alley docking, if you weren't here for alley docking. But tire, trailer, tractor. So what that means is we have to make the tire position in that back trailer tire our first priority because it's a long wheelbarrow. So if we started rotating the trailer now, we just run over these cones. First, let me say this as a good check for if you rotate it enough or too much that we see 3 cones on this side here on the driver's side. So that's good. That's a good angle you're in right now. If you've seen 2 cones, that means there's 1 behind your trailer. You didn't rotate enough. So keep aware of that. That's a good signal. So now I want to have you straight line back to that tire is a little bit closer to that line. So come on back a little bit. Stop right about there. Now, if a mistake people made, and the guy took his test earlier and he made 2 encroachments because of this, he got his tire too deep here on this part and he didn't allow for that extra roll. So what's going to happen here now is step 2, we're going to rotate the trailer because now our trailer's pointed at an angle, but we want it going back there to that box. So we're going to use the line on the ground with these cones on this side and this tire, this bottom edge of our trailer as a reference. We're going to expand our focus, not just look at one part of the trailer, but we're going to see all this from here all the way back there. And you're going to constantly compare those 2 lines, this bottom edge and that line on the ground, and we're going to let them become almost parallel. Almost is key because we're going to allow for some more roll on the next step later on. Be careful over this way just a little bit so you're not in the way. All right, so we don't want to overturn here. We don't want to turn it maximum, so I recommend 1 full turn to the right because we want the front of the trailer to go that way. Remember, whatever way we turn the wheel, the front of the trailer goes. So it rotates around those back tires and it's going to rotate like this. So this is going to go that way. So now you've got the wheel turned to the left. You need to fix it, go straight, look out the window here. Straighten that wheel. Make sure it's straight. Okay, so put your hand at 12 o'clock, turn it 1 full revolution to the right. Start out with that. If you need the trailer to rotate faster, turn it harder. But I recommend just that's enough. That's all you need. And get used to that speed. All right? So watch the trailer rotate. The tire is going to roll in. Watch where it starts versus where it ends up. Come on back and watch that. You'll need the bottom mirror here eventually because it's wider angle, or look out the window. Keep going. I'll tell you when to stop. Notice the tire is rolling back in there. All right, stop right there. So now we need to, the tire's barely at the line. We probably should have got a little bit closer here. It rotated pretty fast. Hold on, don't go anymore. So now step 2, the trailer almost parallel to the line. That's done. Now step 3, we got to get the tractor back in line. So again, just like we did before, turn it maximum towards the mirror that has the side wall of the trailer in it. This one now. And then we got to get off the side of the kingpins and stop pushing this part of the trailer over. That's what's happening. All right. So keep an eye on parallel. Keep it turned all the way. Keep going. Keep an eye on parallel and watch your other top mirrors now, and make sure that bulkhead's gone in that mirror before you straighten your wheel. Keep going. Watch both mirrors, top mirrors. All right, stop right there. Straighten your wheel. And now it's a straight line again, so remind yourself to start making small moves again. And we're going to put our back tire with this pup trailer, since the bumper's right behind the tires. put that back tire just outside that front back first yellow line back there, and then we'll get out and check to see how it looks. Come on back. And stop. All right, neutral brakes, but don't honk your horn because you're not done. If you honk your horn without checking and you're not in there, your test is over. So get out with 3 points of contact. Let's go back and check our bumper. All right, so our bumper is not in the box yet, so you're gonna have to get back in and back it up a little more. So you wanna make sure this bumper passes this line. This is like the end zone in the NFL. Okay, you break the goal line, it's a touchdown. This is out of bounds back here. So watch these tires. Try to put this tire about right here. Now while you're doing that, I want to go ahead. This line is not a boundary line. Even there's examiners that even get this wrong. This is not a boundary. If it was, this bumper couldn't pass it. So that tire can hit this line. You just can't hit that line. You can't go over that line. That should be a white line. All right, that bumper's in there. Make sure you get out and look again. Don't take for granted. It's too important on your test to take it for granted. You want to make sure there's no part of your tractor or trailer encroaching on any lines on the side. Don't take that for granted. Your bumper's in the box, then you would get back in, close your door, beep your city horn one time, and then you're done. You're ready to go on the road. That was good. All right, thanks, Sheriff.